Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the quickest player available to you right now. The only character that can go faster than my Templock right now is someone with the exact same build playing as a great weapon fighter with the right perk. It's going to be able to go at a maximum of 3% faster than me. So to begin with, if we go into my character sheet, the stats doesn't really matter. I can still do all of my quests alone, so my build is just okay for that. So if we look at my gear, because I'm at Aswindel, I'm using the Frostbone Household Call, and I'm using the 3-piece set to get an extra 4k in movement. I have the Garb of the Ascendants to give me an extra 578 movement. To be honest, you can move to get any piece. Like most of the time, the boots are going to be able to give you some movement to increase your movement speed. So if you don't have the Gar of the Ascended, you can just do the 3-piece with those. If you're going to, let's say, anywhere else in the map, you can in Neverwinter, let's say the Stronghold, you can go with the Dusk set. Otherwise, you can choose piece that can give you a little bit of extra movement. In all of my utility slot, I'm using Dark Enchantment. Right now, they're not all maxed out, so I'm gonna be working on that. If we look at my weapon, I'm using the Owling Pack Blade. So the air weapon, the air for the elemental air weapon, that their set bonus is actually quite impressive because they increase your movement speed by 50% for the first 2 seconds when you start running. If you don't have them, you can always use the weapon set from Storm King Thunder. They're gonna give you an extra 10 movement at that point. Look at that, an extra 10 movement in. Oh no, sorry, 15%. So if we look at my equipment, this is a perfect build to give you more movement. So the symbol of air gonna give you an extra 30% in movement speed. It is the best one you can get if you're looking to get an extra movement out of it. Otherwise, you can go with the Eye of the Giant. It's still gonna be extremely good. The Orca Shard, Aura's Womb Realm Catalog, and the Tactician's Banner are gonna give you all extra an extra 1,000 in movement. If you do not have access to the Tactician Banner because it's a PvP artifact that you can only unlock with 40,000 glory or by achieving 7 tasks in the PvP campaign in a single, let's say in Domination, Goblin Grim, or Icewind Dale, then you can go with any other artifact that's going to give you 600 movement or whatever you like. For the pants, doesn't really matter to be honest. You can always go with the pants that's going to give you an extra movement if you're low on health. But as a Scourge Warlock and as my current setup, I'm not really low on health at any point. And that is those rings, the rings of the hunter, are actually better if they're +3 or +5 because the +4 is going to give you less in movement. You can always go with those +4. It is going to give you, I think it's like 11 or 13, something like it. It's not a lot of movement you're losing. It's just because I'm a maniac about that. If we go with stats, you can go again and with pretty much anything you want. Actually, I think I'm going to re-roll to get a little bit of more stamina regeneration. But other than that, it's not, well, not re-roll, just respec because I still need to change one thing in the boons. So that's how I roll. In the power, as a warlock, you're going to be using Shadow Walk in your as one of your passive and in your offhand to get an extra 5% running speed. That's going to be great. Other than that, you can use pretty much whatever you want as attack and stuff like that. For the feat, to be honest, the only part that it's important is Shadow Fold to make your Shadow Slip consume 10% less stamina. and you want to go with Dark Rivalry to increase your run speed by 20% for 5 seconds as soon as you do a lifesteal. Other than that, go whatever you like. You can go as a full temp lock. I do not recommend it because you're not going to deal enough damage to do your quest or anything like that. If it's only to run faster, you can always go with, is it that one? No, which one is it? There was an attack that was granting you some stamina. Yeah, okay. So Eldritch Momentum, taking damage causes you to gain 5% of your stamina. Other than that, Dark Rivalry is the best choice, and the rest of the feat doesn't really matter. If we go to the boons, it's going to be quite fast. I'm just going to show it to you without explaining much. Those are the one I chose. There's only one place that it's in the Elemental Evil campaign. You can go with a chance of getting a 10% stamina for 10 seconds when killing a target. Other than that, you go with pretty much anything else. You can always go with lifesteal at the end if you want an extra bonus to your lifesteal. In the PvP campaign, if you're really a tryhard and you manage to get your 18, that I'm working on it right now, you can get an extra 25% additional movement speed when you're not close to enemy or any player that are 20 feet around you. That is extremely good and it's going to make you go extremely fast. Even if you're playing PvP, you're just going to start running extremely fast with that current build. And for guild, you can use, well, I use the mount bonus when I run out of stamina, but otherwise defense and armor pen and or power boon depending on when you're playing. So as your companion, because of how the build work, you're gonna go with I chose the Black Dragon Runestone with Eldritch Runestone in it. I'm using the Mako Signet to get an extra utility slot, and because it's on my companion and give me 175% of his stats, I get 1,750 of that as extra movement, and I'm also using Unthor Ring +3 on the 2 other slots. I'm using the cat because I'm always falling from high spot, so good to reduce damage. The tiger gives you an extra movement speed when I'm doing PvP and Icewind Dale to get a little bit less control bonus, and the chicken because as soon as you get hit for 25% of your maximum HP, so if you're falling from too high, you're gonna start moving at 40% faster. And if we go to the mounts, as in the stable, it's Gladiator Guile 5 times. If you really have a lot of power, you can go with Shepherd's Devotion. But for just walking around and farming, I prefer Gladiator's Guile. I just need to walk, run. I don't need my mount for anything else. For farming materials, or just questing if you deal enough damage with the current feat you choose, you're gonna start being extremely powerful just to run around and pick up everything around you. But don't expect to go against a Trickster Rogue or anything that can stun you. Well, a Trickster Rogue or Hunter Ranger, as soon as they can stun you, you're pretty much going to die unless you can start running fast enough. So that's pretty much it, and as you see, I'm at the top of the tower in Icewind Dale. With that current build, you can go that fast, and just make it sure you can go and climb it up back away. Just gonna wait for my stamina to go back up, just to show you how simple it gets. See, pop, see the symbol of air. Then okay, it was bugging a little, but okay. Well, you see it is possible, just my game froze for a second and make me miss my jump. So that's pretty much it. Have a great day, everyone. That's the simple way to get a speed build on.